Now, I'm sure many people my age are familiar with the popular series Backyardigans. It ran for several seasons, featured 5 characters, including Tyrone, Uniqua, Austin, the hippo, but most importantly, Pablo the penguin. Now, Pablo the penguin is a well known figure in this series. He's blue, he has a hat, his name's Pablo, but how much does he differ from former Prime Minister of Italy, Benito Mussolini? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today, I'm going to be telling you how Pablo is not at all related to Benito Mussolini. Now, first, we must consider their physical appearances. You can tell that between both of them, Pablo is actually a penguin. This contrasts to the character of Benito Mussolini, as he's not actually a penguin. Rather, he is a person, specifically an Italian. Additionally, Pablo is well dressed. Mussolini is rather inconsistent with his clothing. In this picture alone, you can tell he has a well dressed suit and a lovely hat, but we can't always guarantee that he's wearing this. Pablo, on the other hand, uses his imagination to always dress for the occasion. Additionally, his propeller hat is far more significant when in contrast and compared to the hat of Mussolini. Now, also, in order to better understand the differences between them, we have to consider the political standpoints of both of them. Now, Mussolini differs to most powerful figures, especially in the 20th century, where he's actually a pretty not good dude. He was teamed up with Hitler and the Japanese people. Don't remember their names. Sorry. And they were just kind of like the Axis powers during World War II, and that was like a bad thing. That's kind of frowned upon. But when you compare that to Pablo, he doesn't really have any political standpoints. Now, granted, he has been a pirate in the past, which, I mean, give or take, you could imagine him. Since he imagines himself as a pirate, you could argue that he is somewhat has a political standpoint, but overall, I would argue that truthfully, they have not much in common when it comes to their politics. Now, ultimately, you have to consider that Pablo, the penguin, is overall just not at all related to Benito Mussolini. In fact, just looking at them, you can tell from common sense, hey, wait, these are two separate people. I mean, like, how do you mix them up? I know this has been a debate for years and years, but seriously, how is this even comprehensible? It's pretty obvious how they differ. I mean, I guess they both have eyes. That's like the one thing they have in common. But otherwise, Pablo the Penguin from the hit series Backyardigans and Benito Mussolini, the former prime minister of Italy in the 20th century, don't really have much in common.